Last time on the journey. Welcome to Season 3, boys. Immediately springs this black and white swirling vortex.
See you guys.
A large crossbow.
And I'm gonna carve something, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I want it on record.
A lot of people here think that this is a godsend, but it's really just a burden.
What is it?
A big wall filled with shelves.
I will get 10 tickets, I promise.
A long time ago, people lost faith, and they took it out on the gods.
We're gonna be working together.
You're certainly not wrong about that. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but, your friend is dead.
You sent 2 rookies. So, are you going to join? Yeah, and to answer your question, I don't hate fun, BJ. I just
Picking on you.
I know you're picking on me, but this is the longest it's taken us to start recording. Audience, we have gotten some webcams.
Well, hello, audience.
It's such a distraction. I don't know how it's gonna go, honest to God. You guys have been tasked with the question, are you going to join the army? Each of you will be able to create something for your initiation if you answer the correct. Ed, please, can you please stop, please? See, Wes, why'd you do this to us? This is such a distraction. This sucks.
Yeah, but I feel like we're here now because all these years we're just looking at names when we're talking. We're just looking at letters.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be able to do something like this.
Yeah, now we're looking at your cock. And I gotta say, I'd rather go back.
I gotta say, I'm unimpressed.
Anyway, if you want me to spit some facts, BJ, you're gonna cry.
I'll spit them back at you, in your face.
And I like that.
Yeah.
The camera is on top of a pink castle in the middle of a pink desert, and it's becoming morning. The sun is coming up, but you can still see it in the distance, just barely peeking itself over the hills and dunes of the desert. And then we cut inside of the castle, and I'm going to go and ask all 3 of you individually, what are you guys doing?
I want to go to the, mage hall and do mage things.
But this is early in the morning, correct? Or like when we all woke up?
Yeah, this is all of you waking up.
Before we go do anything.
Yeah, you've all been given rooms, and I want to ask you guys,
Okay.
what do your rooms look like?
So wait, do we get to pick?
Yeah.
Alright, Griffin's room's very obviously nice and neat. And right now he is stretching out on a perch outside one of the windows on top of the castle. Stretching, doing yoga, stuff like that.
Let's cut to Baguio. What are you doing?
Well, my room looks like a dojo with the tatami mat floor and the paper doors and the paper sliding doors and stuff like that. There's like bamboo growing in little pots around it. It's real weeby. And he is sitting there meditating, and he today wants to go to the forge and find that monk that they said was there.
Right.
They said there was a monk there who I could talk to about making those magic beans.
Are you guys all in your room? I know, Griffin, you said that you were stretching out, actually. You were out on the perch outside of the castle. Howland, you said that you were wanting to go to the Mage's Hall.
Yeah.
But what are you actually going to, where are you actually right now?
So, a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, they obviously got new rooms, and I've had a room while I've been here. I didn't get a new room, right? I've still got my room?
No, it's the same one.
Okay. And where's mine at? Is mine in the basement or up top?
It's kind of like a wing, a certain wing of the castle. It's near the bottom of the floors, I would say, where all the rooms are. They don't necessarily have to be, but just picture college dorms where everybody chooses. There's different wings in the castle, depending on where you guys want to go. You three specifically have rooms near each other. Not completely near each other, but in the same wing.
What's outside my room? Like, if I were to walk out my door immediately, what would I see? Just a bunch of other rooms, or...?
Just a hallway. To the right, it's just all rooms. To the left is a hallway that goes fairly decently far away and starts branching off other areas of the castle.
I'm going to imagine that Howland's room has just an assload of runes and symbols kind of carved into the walls. When he's meditating, clearing his mind, I'm going to imagine that all of the runes and symbols on his wall kind of glow with him, and they kind of like pulse on and off. Because this was supposed to be the room for him and Rib, right?
Right.
Then yeah, I've just got a bunch of runes carved into my wall, and there are like scorch marks and burns and stuff around the room. I've tried to like practice magic in there and stuff.
Wes, did you say where you wanted to go? Where Griffin wanted to go?
Griffin wanted to eventually make some type of armor, wherever he can do that.
Baggio, you said that you wanted to go to the forge as well?
Well, the reason I want to go to the forge is because that's where they said that monk guy was.
Right. Okay, so you want to go see the monk. You said you wanted to work on those things in the garden, right?
Yeah, I wanted to make those magical, like, either beans or nuts or some kind of fruit that I could eat to replenish my ki. And they said I should talk to the monk first, and then I would work in the garden to make those.
You could go with Griffin and Baggio since you guys are both going to the same place.
Oh, yeah. Baggio made sure his room was right next door to Griffin's anyway, so... As Griffin's leaving his room, I'm walking out as well, and I'm like, hey!
Hey, good morning, Baggio.
Good morning, Griffin.
Did you have a good night's sleep?
Yeah, I did. Where are you headed?
I believe I'm going to head to the forge. I'm going to try to make some armor and whatnot.
No kidding. That's where I'm going.
Really? Okay. Nice.
Okay. All right, so I guess we head towards the direction of the forge.
Again, this place isn't exactly the most easy to navigate, but I will say that you guys were given the basic directions of where the forge goes. Going to the forge, I need you guys... You know what? I'm not going to make you roll for it. You guys finally find yourself at a hallway that leads forward first, and then it starts branching downwards into what seems like darkness, but there's a light at the end of it, and it starts getting hotter as you go down.
Do we hear anything?
Oh yeah, you hear like knocking, like metal clinging against each other. You hear like roars of fires and just a lot of movement down there.
I'm gonna lean over to Griffin and be like, I think this is the forge.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And then I'm gonna run on down the stairs.
You run on down the stairs, and Griffin, you see Baggio run down the stairs. And when you finally get to the end, Baggio, you open your eyes and you look around and you see just weapons all thrown around, like broken weapons on the ground. Like if they had messed up, it was broken, they just threw it on the ground. And on the walls, they see the good weapons like swords, daggers, blade, any type of blade you can think of, axes. Think of Bismuth's armory from Steven Universe.
Okay.
Exactly like this. And this is a fairly big room. There's not just one little forge in the center. There's a whole bunch of people down here. Each of them have an individual forge or an anvil that they're working on. But as you walk downstairs, you actually see a few people. And as you're looking around, you see a Jimi Hendrix-looking halfling walk up to you. They say, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, I was told to come down here to inquire about some armor. Would you be able to help me out with that?
She gestures to the walls and she says, I mean, yeah, we could help you out down here with that, I suppose. Are you guys new here?
Yeah, we're fairly new, but...
Baggio's over in the corner, like, poking the end of a sword that's hanging on the wall, seeing how sharp it is. Like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
She sees you and she throws a deadly stare towards you and she says, just please, don't. I worked on that for a very long time.
Oh, don't worry.
And then she says, well, if you want to make armor, do you have... Here, and she hands you a piece of paper, basically what a clipboard would be, and she says, tell me exactly what ideas you want for it, design and whatnot, and we'll try to get that to you as quick as possible. When's your initiation? What, tomorrow, next week? What are you thinking?
Out of game? When is it? It's not today, is it?
It is today.
Oh my god. Alright. It's actually, today, so I'm kind of, in a rush.
It's today.
Yeah. I'm so sorry that I gave you such short notice, but we just got here yesterday, so...
Of course. All right, whatever. And she hands you the clipboard, and she says, hurry up, and then you're going to be helping me with this armor.
Yeah.
And then she turns you around and pushes you off towards a table for you to start writing that down. In the meantime, literally write down to think about what you want the design to look like and what you are trying to get out of this armor. I know you want more of a defensive...
But how much armor?
Like, you're not going to get a full plate...
Full chest plate?
Helmet. You can get a chest plate, but you're not going to get, like, a full, like, scared mom skateboard kid type thing. You're going to get a helmet, a chest plate. You're getting one piece of armor. That's what I'm saying. So you get to choose. You want, like, a kneecap? Do you want a helmet? Do you want a chest plate? Think about that. And also what it looks like. And then she walks up to you, Baguio. And what do you want?
Oh, yes. So I was told there's a monk working in the forge. I, too, am a monk, and I would like to speak with him.
And she goes, so you don't want a weapon, or...
Well, Baguio pulls out his staff, and he says, well, I don't really know how much more this could be improved. This is the only weapon I use.
She tries to touch it. Do you stop her?
I don't stop her, but, like, I'm not giving it to her, so, like, I'm holding it and letting her touch it.
She chuckles, and she goes, yep, wood. No improvement on that. She turns her walk away, and she points off down the line of forges where you see a very tall man behind a forge, and she points off into his direction. He looks fairly human.
Is he wearing like a robe like me, or?
No, you can't see because he's standing behind a forge. You just see his head. This is a very tall forge, and his head is poking over it, so he looks very tall. And she says, just go talk to Jax over there.
All right, thank you. And Baguio walks off towards him. Question, you said I can see his head. What does he look like? His head, like...
His head looks human. He's got long hair in what seemed to be like a dissipating widow's peak, like his hair is receding.
Does he appear older, like middle-aged or super old or what?
Probably middle-aged. He's got a little bit of a beard with a...
Does he look happy? Does he look stern?
He's focused right now.
Okay. All right, I'm headed that way.
Okay, you start heading that direction, and you finally walk up to him, and again, he's standing behind this forge, and he's much taller than you. Weirdly tall for a human.
Taller than a human should be, right?
Yeah, and he's just working in his forge that also seems to be a lot taller than the forges around.
Can I see his whole body now?
No, he's still behind the forge.
Jax, was it?
He looks at the forge, and he holds up a hand with a glove on it, as if to wave at you, and then go back to what he's doing.
Baguio puts up a finger. He's like, Mr. Jax, sir, I am Baguio Ubo, and I'm a monk, and I'm needing some help with some monk-related things, and they directed me to come meet with you.
He seems to be like pretty busy with this thing, but he pulls up his hands, and he's got gloves on, and he's holding up this like magma orb, like he just pulled it out of the forge.
Okay, so he's holding this ball of magma just in his hand?
With gloves.
Right, but still.
He puts it down on the anvil to the right of him, and he takes a big hammer, and then he swings it down onto the anvil, and then splatters the magma ball. Roll dexterity real quick.
Uh-oh.
The magma goes everywhere, doesn't touch you.
Okay, can I say that I'm kind of like, and dodge some, like I like jerk to the side a little bit and dodge a piece of it?
Oh, for sure. But once he like lifts up his hammer, you see this ninja star on the anvil. It perfectly sculpted, just perfect.
When Baguio sees the ninja star, his face, he's just like, ooh.
He puts down the hammer, and he takes off his gloves, and he looks down at you, and he says, I was working very hard on that. I'm sorry I could not take my eyes away from my project. You said your name was Baguio Ubo, is this correct?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, it's something I've been working on.
Baguio's never seen a ninja star before.
He puts, there's a hole in the middle of it, and he puts it on his pointer finger, and then he spins it. As he spins it, you hear this like really nice sound coming from the metal, and then he stops it, and then he puts it back.
Top quality fidget spinner right there, dude.
He puts it back down, and he says, it helps me when I am feeling anxious or otherwise. but it also is very nice. And he picks it up and tosses it, and it just barely grazes that Jimi Hendrix-looking halfling
Okay.
that you were talking to at the forge. And she turns to it as it sticks in the wall right next to her, and then looks back at Jax and just kind of shrugs her shoulders. And she goes, You missed. And then goes back to what she was doing.
Ooh. But yes, I was sent to speak with you about something that I was wanting to work on for my initiation.
He rubs his hands together, and then he grabs onto the forge real quick, just checking it out. And then his eyes finally turn to you, Baggio, making eye contact. And then he moves from behind the forge, and you see that he is a centaur.
Okay. Baggio's never seen a centaur before, and he's like, oh, he can kick 4 times.
What would you like to know?
They told us that we needed to try to make something, so I was thinking making some sort of consumable food item that could replenish my ki in dire circumstances.
That seems interesting. It could take some time. Are you a very patient person, Baggio?
I think so. But I will let you know my initiation is today.
He chuckles. He laughs really hard, actually, at that one, and he says, let's see what we could probably scrounge together.
Woohoo!
Follow me to the garden.
I'm gonna kind of just get up from my bed, and I'm gonna look around my room, and I'm gonna kind of like, gonna kind of stretch like that. And I'm gonna take out my my bottle of wind, or bottle of fog, or whatever. Yeah, bottle of fog. I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna put it in my pocket, and I'm gonna go out my room, head on down to the Mage's Hall.
You finally get there, and you walk into the Mage's Hall. There's not a lot of people in here as there was yesterday, probably because it's early in the morning, but you do see Arya looking over some of these tables as she's walking around, just like hopping up onto the table to see, because she's a halfling and she's very short. She's writing some stuff down, and then she finally heads over to... she doesn't see you yet, but she sees this room in the corner, walks up these steps that is clearly just for her to look into the glass of the room, and she puts her hand on it, and her hand glows this bright blue onto the glass. And inside kind of creates this weird, what's the word, tie-dye? Like this weird, what's that 1960s color scheme, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's psychedelic. This bright blue aura comes from her hand, and then inside the room makes this weird psychedelic look. And then when she pulls away, it continues going. And she goes, yeah, well, that's interesting.
I'm gonna continue to watch where this goes, because I don't know what the fuck is going on right now, and I'm kind of interested.
As that is happening, these shapes start appearing on the glass from that psychedelic shape, and all these different shapes start appearing, and what you see is a bunch of weird shapes that you can't really comprehend at first, but then they start manifesting something different. First, there's a giant tree, and then there's a giant door, and then all of a sudden it switches and there's a crown, and then it's broken in half. Then the psychedelic art starts fading away, and she goes, I thought it would be longer this time. She starts writing that down again, and she turns around and she sees you, Howland, and she's actually really startled, because she's like, oh, hey, Howland.
Hey. I'm gonna sit there kinda with my arms crossed, and I'm gonna be like, would you like to explain what that was about?
Well, that was actually it's silly. It's basically in the realm of science fiction, but, we can do magic. I'm not a seer, but I was trying to see the future. I tried this a few times, and that was the shortest one, I guess, but it's gone longer before, but that was the most vivid, I guess. But it only shows me just shapes, so I don't think it's actually the future. It's just things I guess I'm thinking about at the time.
That's very curious. Can anybody touch this and see the future?
No, it's not like that. You have to learn a specific type of spell and kind of cast that into the room. This is where you test out these spells, And if you do it correctly, you can cast it into the room for safety reasons and try and figure that out.
Out of game, what the cast it into the room?
There's glass barrier right there, and when you're trying to develop these new spells, you don't want to throw poison spray into that room. If it works on you, it'll hurt you. So it's a safe way of developing new spells.
Like a containment zone.
Yeah.
So it's like you throw it into a glass box, basically? That's where you put the spell in when you do it? Would that be accurate?
Yeah, that's what she's just doing. She's testing something right now.
Okay, so she's just doing a spell into this, like, glass thing to kind of just see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. I've kind of got this magical bottle of smoke, and I was certainly hoping that you could help me with it. And I show it to her. Then I pull out a gun.
Oh, and she goes, "Oh yeah, sucker," and she pulls out a fucking pistol.
And I'm like, bitch, you thought, and I just void portals above me, and it just so many guns are coming out with like little tentacles holding the gun. Guns. Guns. Ow. Guns.
Alright, we're done. We're good. Next.
But anyway, so I look at her and I'm like, you know, can you help me with this?
I mean, that's a bottle. What do you want to do with it?
Dude, Howland, cut this bitch.
I'd like to. It's like The Shining. Howland is sitting there like, I'm gonna basically put the bottle back in my pocket and I'm gonna explain, you know. I have a certain affinity to poison, and I was hoping that there was some way I could cast some kind of a poison spell into this bottle of never-ending smoke and essentially transmute it into something different.
Okay, so you're trying to make the smoke inside of the bottle poison.
Precisely.
That's pretty morbid and dark.
It's got safety reasons. You're not a doctor.
Yeah, I'm a mage. Yeah, we could test something out. Okay, bring the bottle over here, and she points to the glass box that was right there.
Okay.
She opens up the door, and she says, you know, put the glass in there.
Okay.
You do that?
Yeah, I'm going to gently place it inside.
Okay, and she closes it, and she latches it. She brings you up over to another area. You remember from last episode or yesterday in game, there is a tabaxi that was putting her hands inside of another container in order for her to kind of like put this charge into this metal ingot. Arya explains, and she goes, "So you're just going to have to put your hands in here and cast poison spray. We're going to try and turn it into a charge to put into that glass bottle." Now here, we don't have to worry about that because you can just cast poison spray as a cantrip. You know that. You're a sorcerer, I assume. And we could just do that over and over until we get it right, but the main problem is when we put it into the bottle, because if we roll poorly enough, it could break.
And if we roll poorly? You know something I don't?
If we do it poorly enough. Press A to jump over here, Howland.
I just imagine she's like, and if we roll poorly, and he's like, what was that? And she's like,
Howland becomes spatially aware, and he now knows he's in a game.
I was gonna say, it just cut to the scene from Twin Peaks, just non-existence! And she just drops through the floor into a void because she's broken the fourth wall.
You are going to cast poison spray, and I'm not going to make you roll it over and over. I'm just going to say you're going to cast poison spray and try to create this charge. And then after that, we're going to try and put it into this always smoking bottle to corrupt it. So just put your hands in here and cast poison spray.
I put my hands in there. Do I click on poison spray as an ability?
I'm just going to make you roll an Arcana check. That is a 19 plus 6, which is a 25. In your hands, as you cast this poison spray, it just filling up this box a ghostly purple aura, but you know that's poison spray. And as that's happening, all the poison is being condensed down into what looks like a ghostly purple ball.
Yeah.
And as this is happening, Arya saying, "Sometimes this doesn't work right away. You must know what you're doing."
I look at her. As I said before, I do have a certain affinity to, poison.
And she coughs, and she looks away before speaking again, and she says, not everybody knows how magic truly works.
Unfortunately.
Now, while you have that orb, you got to be very careful with that. If that breaks, you're going to fill up this room with poison spray. So, pull out your hands and put it on the little tiny ring right there. Inside the box, there's a ring on the middle of the floor in the box.
So I'm going to hold this thing as gently and as carefully as I possibly can. I'm not even going to walk for this because I don't even want to trip, literally and metaphorically. I ain't tripping. So I'm going to float on over and I'm going to gently put it in the thing that I need to put it in.
Okay. As you are doing this, you put the orb inside the glass box. It's the one with the vial. You walk to the other end and you put it inside the same box with the vial of never-ending smoke. And she says, now I just need you to put your hands on this box, just like I did a few moments ago. And I need you to concentrate and try to put them together.
Now, out of game, how big is this box?
As big as half your desk, so half your desk.
And I basically, now that it's inside, I just have to, like, hold my hands on it.
And concentrate.
Okay, and what am I gonna roll for this?
Another Arcana.
And if my Arcana gets fucked, can I use my, scarf?
Your scarf, yeah.
Ah.
Okay, that is a 14. You can roll again with your scarf to give you advantage, and a +3 to that Arcana roll, so it'll be a +9 to it. But unlike advantage, you will not take the higher of two numbers, you will take the second number.
Ooh. So, as it is right now, I've got 14, and then you said there's plus something added to this? Or is there not?
If you use your scarf, you will add +3 to your Arcana.
So I'll add +3 to whatever I get on the second thing.
Yes. 14's pretty decent.
Okay.
Okay, nice. So you have a 21. The ever-smoking bottle is smoking up the glass box as you are saying this, and then the orb just seems to dissipate, and then the ghostly purple overtakes the smoke inside the bottle, and then it stops, it's corked, and the rest of the smoke is gone from the box.
Hell yeah. So it worked.
Yep.
Good.
She says, there you go. Are you going to use it for your initiation?
Oh, I certainly will. I'd be out of my mind not to use something like this. You can just feel the power. And, oddly enough, it's lemon-scented.
My name's Delilah, and you are?
My name's Griffin, but you can call me Griff for short.
Alright, Griff.
Actually, just call me Griffin. That sounds weird.
Retcon?
Can you just figure out what you want me to call you before we can continue on with this?
Okay.
Is it Griffin? Griff? What is it? Griff Graff, what do you want?
Call me the Big G.
Or Griffy boy?
I'm not calling you the Big G. I'm just not.
Griff.
That's too much work on my part.
Just call me Griffin.
That's fine with me. Did you figure out what you want?
Let me just, I was looking for a chest plate. Very light and flexible, because I rely on my flexibility and whatnot. So I don't need something too thick to prohibit that. Something durable, obviously. And I was thinking to make the whole chest plate wavy. As in, if I was to get stabbed with a sword, the waves would deflect it off. If that makes sense.
Like a deflection bonus. I like that.
Huh. Alright.
I would like it black with purple wings on each side of the chest, or on the chest.
Ooh.
Out of game, I like that a lot. You see the picture of Griffin right there? So you see that little gold silver plate in the middle of it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to keep that and then add the purple wings coming off of it like that?
Yeah, what is that, by the way? Do I know what that is?
I asked you to send me some pictures of armor for the picture, and then that's what you sent me a long time ago, like almost a year and a half ago.
I don't remember.
I asked both of you what he wore, and you're like, yeah, this type of gladiator getup. You can get rid of that if you want. I was just asking because that's what he wore in Jacoby's Lullaby.
Yeah, we can keep the circle and have the wings coming off of that. What is it, though? Is it just like a medallion, or is it just like a...
I honestly don't know.
Alright, scrap it. Scrap it, boys.
So you just want the chest piece the waves on it, and you want the purple wings coming off of the chest, correct?
Right there on the pecs. Still working on something to put in the middle.
Do you want to keep that piece and make it just a different color then, or what?
Sure. We'll just keep the gold circle. I'll put something on it later when I figure out what I want to do with it.
I actually think it was something about the Power Rangers because you like the gold coins. You said something about that. That being said, she says, okay. And you want to deflection the waves, okay?
And also, if you could, maybe have the chest piece come over the shoulders just a little bit.
What do you mean by that, out of game?
Like shoulder pads.
Okay.
He wants pauldrons.
Oh, pauldron.
Oh, they go right over the shoulder, but I can still move my arms.
Okay. Out of game, I'm going to make you roll for this. Because you're helping Delilah here.
Oh, jeez. Last time I helped.
You do have a point of inspiration, remember, that I gave you because of the one-on-one. She says, okay, you're going to help me, I guess, since it's done today. I'm assuming you don't know much about forging.
No, but I would love to learn one day.
Okay, well, you're going to have to learn fast right now. Grab the metal ingots and come over here.
All right, Griffin rushes, grabs the ingots, does a couple spins and flips, comes back to Delilah.
Yeah, I don't know why you're just doing those spins and flips. Like, you're wasting more time than...
I'm showing off, okay?
I can tell. Nico! This person that she yelled for from across the room just pops his head out real quick and...
He's like, hey, it's Roman. Want to go bowling?
Nico pops his head and you see this like black-haired, eyebrowed... He's like a civilized-looking dwarf. She says, can I borrow your hammer? You'd like to borrow my hammer? Why? I need a double hammer, okay? We're working out. And he tosses the hammer, spinning, and it's about to hit you, Griffin.
I catch it. Dexterity.
Oh, do you want... Okay, go for it.
I'm about to get knocked the fuck out, or I'm going to be a hero.
Oof. You try to catch it, it slips out of your hands, but right before it hits your face, Delilah grabs it. Nico, you could have killed this guy.
So much for showing off.
Sorry, friend.
So much for showing off.
She says, grab the hammer, let's go. Now you are going to roll... Probably gonna... in 3.5, there's like an actual crafting system.
There is.
Let's go survival. You're gonna roll survival.
What is this, 5?
Yeah, this is 5e. 3.5 is a lot more complicated, but it's also, like, once you know what you're doing, it just...
It's more customizable and stuff.
So survival?
Yeah.
How about sleight of hand?
Nah, that's not.
Okay. I have,
I would suggestion a dexterity and an intelligence check, and then put them together. Because dexterity for working with your hands and intelligence for knowing what to do. That's just my theory. Because why would it be survival, you know?
Well, cooking is under survival, and crafting, I would assume, is also under survival for that. But, what, you know what, Weston, I'll ask you, would you rather roll just a survival or a dexterity and then an intelligence?
dexterity and intelligence, because my saving those are a little bit higher.
I'll give you that then.
But we can do survival. I'm down for whatever.
I'm asking you, what would you rather roll? It's up to you.
All right, dexterity. We're going dexterity.
All right, roll dexterity and then intelligence.
Okay, dexterity. Here we go. Yeah, tough scene out here, really. Tough scene.
Yep, an 8 on dexterity.
And intelligence. Oh, geez, tough scene. 11.
And a 10. I'll let you re-roll that with a point of inspiration if you really want this chest armor to be good. It's your armor, dude. I would suggest using it. It's up to you, though.
Or you could save it for your trial.
That is true.
Decisions.
I've made it this far without armor.
True, but it could be badass looking armor, dude.
Yeah, but that's just appearance. Point of inspiration's a big thing, right?
Yeah, but if you do cool things, I will reward them as such.
This dude really wants you to not have a point of inspiration for later.
Ooh, Eddie, I didn't think of that.
No, I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.
I've made it this far without armor.
Okay.
I'll just come back and try it again some other time. You live and you learn.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just like cooking. So how bad do I fuck this up?
Montage later on on a dexterity of 8 and an intelligence of 11. And Delilah is trying to help as much as she possibly can. At the end of it, the camera's looking up at both of you, looking down at your hard work, both kind of like in a disgusted heap, and she says, "You can't really rush perfection, you know what I mean?"
Right.
Cuts to Delilah, arms crossed. Jesus fucking Christ! You are the worst blacksmith I've ever seen in my life. God damn!
Griffin is just really pissed at himself at this point. But if it's gonna be done right, Delilah, it's gonna take some time. I understand.
I think I like you, Griffin. That's not looking good. And you look down at it, the black is just not the right color. It looks more rough and rusted out. The metal is just so thin that you could probably tear it apart. The waves, they're
Not uniform.
yeah, and like the metal piece in the middle is so crooked it hurts, like it's sticking out of it. It just
Yeah. Griffin looks at his work, and he's just so mad that he gets up on the table and he gives the chest plate the people's elbow, and then he walks out
It breaks it.
Hell yeah!
and breaks it in half and walks out.
That'll do her.
Sure.
Comes down on her.
we actually hear Nico say, "Did he just elbow drop that armor?"
Tear coming down her face. He sure did.
Tear coming down Griffin's face. I sure did.
Delilah goes, "Yeah, I remember my first time. I destroyed that fucking piece of shit." And then she walks away. Yes, this is probably my favorite part of the castle. And as he's walking past the courtyards, the beach vibes going on, the smoothies, everybody's hanging out, just kind of chilling out.
Baguio knows, like, he's heard about horses before. So Baguio's making sure not to walk behind him so he don't spook him.
That horse might shit on you.
I don't want to get kicked.
You're walking by all of these courtyards. Anything that's beach vibe, like they've got a lot of sports out here and everyone's just having just a chill time out in the courtyard. A lot of people enjoy their time out here in the courtyard. I enjoy my time. And he walks past the courtyard into a bigger oasis where there's lots of plants around. There's a huge pond in the ground, and you actually see a bunch of koi fish swimming in and out of it. One leaps up and grabs a fly and goes back down, and you just see a nice garden. It's beautiful. There's so many different types of flowers all over. It's so colorful. There's trees blocking out the sun, all different types of trees, mostly palm trees, just blocking out the sun. It's very shady. And he says, "The garden. I've always enjoyed my time here." Baguio Ubo, tell me about you and your struggles. As he sits down on his, the way horses sit down, I don't know how to describe it. And he starts digging into the ground, trying to create a spot for what you guys are going to create.
Baguio walks over and sits across from him, but within arm's reach of the hole that he's making so that Baguio can help if he needs to. And Baguio kind of sits down Indian style, lays his staff and book next to him and goes, "Well, I saved a town with my best friend. Have you ever heard of Jacoby?"
I have heard of Jacoby. A long time ago. I haven't been there, but I have heard of it. I'm assuming all towns should be nice. What I've heard, it is not the best. But again, it was a long time ago.
Well, it's home to me, and I love the people. The trouble it was in was a good portion my fault. So me and my friend worked together really hard and saved the town.
Why do you say it was your fault?
Well, there was this spirit. We thought she was an evil spirit, but it turns out she was actually keeping the evil spirits at bay. So when we defeated her, it let all the evil spirits free.
You were trying to do a good.
Yeah, we were trying to do good things, and it didn't go the way that we thought it would.
The road to disaster is paved with good intentions. We all have many regrets in our life, Baguio, as most life does. the plants here in this garden, they may regret where they have chosen to grow, in a desert far from any water, but it is the actions of the plants and others to make their struggles easier. We live in this desert with no water, but still the plants grow. They may regret these actions in the moment, but once the problems are over, they will grow.
What about you? Where did you come from?
He struggles. There's a falter in his expression. You haven't known him very long, but like that.
It's uncharacteristic.
Then he catches himself and he says, "Have you ever heard of Ormanu?"
I don't believe I have.
Do you want to roll a history check to see if you have?
Let me think.
An 8. No, you don't know much. You don't know anything about Ormanu.
Baggio's scratching his chin, and he's like, "No, I can't say that I have."
On the other side of the world, there was a kingdom called Ormanu, and it protected everyone that it possibly could. A very kind king sat on the throne. He was friends with the other kings of the world, the king of Falcontomb, the king of any other place that they would know. He loved the world, plants especially, and I lived in Ormanu. But, again, greed seems to spark violence, which seems to spark hatred, which seems to spark problems.
Right.
We were taken from our happy homes.
Oh, goodness.
The king was taken from the throne, we were taken from our homes. And I don't mean to spark controversy or hatred in other races.
Oh, no, of course not.
But the Genasi said our king was unfit, and chosen to put their own on the throne of Ormanu, his name being Damien Vale. And from then, our lives became not as great as they used to be. I somehow wound up through many different adventures and journeys to the castle here. I do not wish to harm, I do not wish to fight.
Is that why you became a monk?
Yes, in some forms or another. I want peace. And I know that many people in this castle want peace as well, but in other ways. And I want to be there to carry them in the right direction. And as he says that, he picks up a snake that was heading towards you, Baggio, and he turns it around and faces it towards the other direction. Because we all just need some guidance every now and then. But enough about me, Baggio Ubo. Would you like to tell me about what you are wishing to grow?
I would like to grow something that I can use. Maybe a small plant like a bean or a small fruit or a nut of some kind that I could consume to replenish my ki when I'm low and I need it for a dire situation or an emergency. Maybe some sort of plant infused with ki, like a battery.
He thinks for a second and then he says, "It's very interesting to think about it that way. This could possibly work." And he gets up and he starts walking up to a bunch of vines. It's like a whole section of the garden just filled with these different types of fruits you've never even seen before. He comes across these avocado looking things on the ground, and they're black and white striped up and down. And he holds them up and he says, "This is a gate seed. It's what the army has been doing for years, and much, much, much longer than that before I got here. These are made, and you put them in the ground, and you create a gate or a portal, and you can go in, and then you'll end up in the castle. It's a creation that still boggles my mind, Baggio Ubo. So I think something like what you are asking for is possible. It just might take some time to get right." And then he walks down the patch of all these different types of fruits, vegetables, and the like, and he finally stops on a grape patch. And he says, "I think these could do. What do you say, Baguio Ubo?
To not make a joke of it, I love grapes.
Then I guess destiny is in your hands. Would you like to go for your destiny or reject it?
Let's go for it. What do I need to do?
And he sits down next to the grapes as well, and he folds and he crosses his legs. Sit next to me. Close your eyes.
Baguio kind of shuffles over, sits down next to him, closes his eyes real tight, puts his hands on his knees.
You are a monk as well, and I don't mean to ask what you have chosen to do with it. Everyone's life is different. I wish to ask you, when you sit down and you think about life, what makes you the most calm?
What makes me feel calm is knowing that my friends are here.
Take that thought and combine it with what you want to do. You wish to create ki from the earth.
Yes.
The earth would like to do that as well, because it wants to help you. This planet wants to help you, Baguio Ubo. It just needs a little help.
Yes.
Out of game, you will have to expend a key point to make this happen, because, you're trying to create key points. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed.
Right. I'm transferring key to that. I've got 6 key points. I'm going to go down to 5.
So I'm going to make you roll... Would you say a medicine or a nature would work here? I think nature probably works out the best.
Nature, because key is life energy. It's not really medicine.
And I'm thankful you chose nature, even though you have a -1 in it.
Yeah.
Let's roll it, my dude. And 11. You're sitting out there for a couple hours just meditating, thinking about what you are doing. You do expend that key point. You don't get it back. You're trying to use your meditation, and you're trying to wish for the earth to present this idea for you, to help you out. And he says, would you like to see what the earth has given you?
Can I open my eyes?
Of course.
Baguio slowly opens up his eyes and looks.
And you see a vine, was not there before, filled with 5 grapes on it.
Ooh. What do the grapes look like? Do they just look like normal grape?
They are turquoise.
Oh. I'm going to reach out and I'm not picking it, but I'm touching one. I'm like tapping one. Can I try one?
Of course, Baguio Ubo. It is your creation.
Baguio is going to slowly pick off one of the grapes. He looks at it, sniffs it, seems like a grape, so he takes a bite and swallows it.
It's a good grape. It's not like one of the ones that are mushy that you get from the grocery store after a while, even though you bought those grapes with your money and now they're all bad. No, they're really good.
Oh, cool.
Did that help with your key, Baguio Ubo?
Does it?
No.
Oh, it doesn't seem like it did.
The castle wasn't built in a day, and neither will these grapes. But the earth gave you something very nice. And he picks a grape, and he tosses it in his mouth, and he says, very delicious grapes.
You're right.
We can try again, Baguio Ubo. And again, and again, and again. Because that is what the earth allows. We're all going to come together now. Let's just say that you guys meet at Eldric's office again. You guys all 3 meet right outside of Eldric's office.
Hey, Griffin, Howland.
So, how'd it go?
It went all right. I still got some work to do.
Same. How about you, Howland? Everything go all right?
I'm just gonna be sitting there with my arms crossed as usual, and I'm just gonna say, yeah, mine went pretty all right. We made quite a bit of progress.
It's more than what I can say.
His door is just not there. It's broken. It's gone. You actually walk up, and you see Eldric in his office just picking up the garbage and everything that was thrown around after he got his ass beat by Elijah. Hello, you 3.
How's it going, Eldric?
It's going better than it should be, honestly.
You look a little better today, for sure.
It's crazy what an anxiety-ridden sleep would help with your health.
Do you have...
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna suggest like a sleep number.
32 for me.
Back when I was with the congregation, I had we had Flempernetics, and they were really good mattresses. You felt like you were sitting on a sponge. You slept on it. Oh.
They were filled with the souls of the damned.
Yeah, ours were personally, but you can get yours with like cherry blossoms, for just extra stuff.
I sleep on sand, actually.
Oh.
It's good for my back.
Did you say sand?
I like paper-thin bamboo mats.
Sand?
Sand.
So you wake up with sandy cheeks?
I gotta be honest. I've been to the bathrooms here a few times, and I almost always find a trail of sand coming from one of the stalls. I mean, to be honest, I really don't want to touch that conversation, but I just want to let you know, you got sand in your ass. And now I know that, and I wish I didn't have to know that.
Aldenreich just says, well, actually, there's the arena we have to get to for your initiation. So, are you ready for that?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Same as he ever was.
Same as it ever was?
Oh my fucking god. Okay.
This isn't my congregation. These aren't my beautiful members. How did I get here? Where was that Black Dragon automobile? And I said to myself, how did I get here?
So about the initiation.
Aldenreich, he puts down things on the table. Everyone is actually getting ready to view the initiation, so I hope you guys aren't too shy.
How many people will be watching?
Probably the whole castle, if I'm quite honest.
Out of game, I don't have my point of inspiration anymore, do I?
Nope. Follow me, and we'll get you ready. Elijah said he was going to take you, but he's been spending time in the infirmary. Don't worry, he'll join you three when the time comes. He starts taking you down a series of hallways, and there's a reason why the castle has been, overly empty today, except for the people in the forge and Aria. Everyone's been getting ready for this big event. The initiation is nothing to scoff at, because usually they have a lot of people show up and watch these initiations happen, because not everybody makes it. This isn't just you win. Sometimes people die.
Oh.
Or fail. You guys are walking, Aldenreich says. You can stay in the bullpen before you go into your initiation, or you can go into the arena with people and watch the show, so to speak. So it's all up to you.
What's the pen?
I forgot none of you guys were in sports. In wrestling, before you were about to go out to do your match, they'd have you in the bullpen, which is just where everybody would wait before they go out to do the thing.
And baseball's got a bullpen.
Yeah.
It's where they warm up before they go out.
So you can either wait with the crowd or you can wait in the bullpen. It's up to you guys. He continues and he says, it's also customary for you to wear masks, and since you guys are all new here, I've got your 3 rookie masks here.
When you look, Baggio's already wearing his.
Aldenreich says, oh, you already have a mask.
Yeah.
Howland, I gave you one as well, so unless you lost that as well in Handsome.
Oh, I didn't lose it. Although it's a little bit different from when you gave it to me.
So you painted it?
Not exactly, but I'm certain you'll see what I mean.
Jeez.
Griffin, would you like a mask then?
No, I have one.
He takes you down into a room. He opens one door and then he closes it. And you look back and that specific door is gone. There's 4 rooms and there's 4 walls. He shows you. On one door, there's a crown. On another door, there's a pig. On the other door, it says swirl. And on the other door is a stick figure. Under the crown, it says kings. And then under the stick figure, it says makes. And then under the pig, it says animals. And under the swirl, it says of us all.
Swirl or squirrel?
Swirl.
I could have swore you said squirrel the first time.
Well, I said swirl. So altogether, it says kings makes animals of us all.
Okay.
These are the doors to the arena. They all have different things to it. So each one has an initiation for you to have. Choose wisely, because we will all be watching. And good luck.
So, is there an order?
I want to take the king door. I've already made this mistake once, goddammit.
I'm gonna take the make door, I guess.
So the stick figure.
Yeah.
So, Howland's got the king door. Baggio's got the stick figure door.
Yeah.
And that leaves the swirl and the animal.
Yep.
Griffin, take pig.
Eldric is gone. Now it's up to you guys. You guys decide who wants to go first.
Ooh. All right. How about we all play rock, paper, scissors?
Ah, the webcams. Okay. I'm watching.
I'm very okay with going first.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be honest.
All right, well then me and Wes to see who goes next. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Wait, why didn't you go?
It's rock.
You didn't even change it. You didn't... Okay.
I'll go second. It's fine.
Okay.
Which one are you going into, Howland?
I'm going into the king door.
So what do you think's on the other side of those doors?
I truly have no idea. Did someone mention it was dangerous?
Yeah, I'm just going to be blunt with you. People have died.
Huh.
From what I've heard.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, just, breathe. Breathe through the nose, exhale through the mouth. You'll be fine, Baggio. You got this. I believe in you.
You too, Griff. I'm gonna look over at Howland. I'm gonna give him a little turtle hand thumbs up and say, "You got this, Howland."
I'm flicking you off while walking away, not looking at you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, I guess. Howland walks in.
Baggio says, he's feisty.
I heard that! Heard that.
Howland, you walk in through the king door, and as you do, you open up to a sea of people. Literally picture the Colosseum. A 10-foot wall, or let's say 20-foot wall, encircling you in this huge arena, and there's glass covering up from the rest of the crowd.
Oh.
Pretty much everyone in the castle. You even see Magwell just like floating around in the Colosseum, going in and out, going, "Oh, it's so cool! I can't wait! Ow! Ow, fuck!" All these people are wearing masks as you walk into the arena. And we cut back to Baggio and Griffin, and inside of the room there, suddenly there's a magic spiral that appears, and you can see Howland stepping into the arena.
Fuck. I'm gonna be honest, I thought we were just going first to, wait in the pen to just do that. I didn't think I was actually going first, and I'm really pissed about that now, because I hate going first. So now we're here.
I was so surprised, I was like, why are you going first?
Yeah, I know, because I thought we were just going in there to fucking wait. It's like, oh, just go, go into the pen. Who's going into the pen here?
No,
you guys
we were
are gonna...
already in the pen.
No!
Yeah.
No! That was never conveyed to me.
Hey, just imagine the surprise on Howland's face when he walks out and he's in the arena already.
It's like, dude, you know in the first Pirates movie when Will throws the sword at the door and Jack is like fucking trying to get it unstuck? That's Howland after the door closes and he's like fucking like shaking the fuck out of it.
Baggio's up in the window, like beating on the window and waving at Howland, and he's looking around at anyone else that's up here with him, and he's gonna go, "I know him."
Baggio's literally like, "You can do it!
You've got it!"
And then Magwell appears in the center. Everyone can hear her, and she says,
"We are here to see who can taste our iron."
And everyone in the crowd erupts.
To taste our iron?
I'm gonna be honest, when you were first starting that, I thought you were just gonna be like, and she's gonna say, "Woo!
She's just like, "Oh,
wow! Oh! Oh, shit!"
Howland Rain, do you accept the challenge?
Yeah.
And then the crowd just starts clapping and cheering.
Oh my fucking god.
You will fight with honor, and whatever you fight, we will watch.
And she runs around laughing.
Oh, yes!
Figured you guys were all gonna turn around when I started fighting. That's good to know. That everybody was just gonna kind of put a bag on for that one.
Roll a d10,
Dude,
Howland.
No! Fuck you.
Ooh, 10. So let's see what you will be fighting.
Is the 10 good or bad?
I have a list of 10 things that you will be fighting.
Oh. Good.
So, wait, he's got to fight all 10? That's what that is?
No, I've got to fight the 10th thing.
Okay, I was going to say.
If I'm fighting 10 enemies right now in my trial, motherfucker, I better level up. Better give me a blowjob with this roll, too.
Oof. Ooh. Okay.
Good.
This is weird.
Good.
I've never seen this thing before. I have to look it up real quick, sorry.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Great. This is gonna be pretty sweet.
I didn't know they had these in here. Okay, I've never seen this monster. Alright.
Ed, you did pick king, so...
In front of you, Howland. The windows, the glass, they tint over. You can no longer see the crowd. You can still kind of hear people behind it. But in the center, roll an Arcana check. Perfect. This will help you, actually. From your body, your aura starts coming off of you. You feel this happening quicker and quicker. And you just go, okay, no. And you stop a lot of your aura from going off. But then the aura starts swirling around the Colosseum quicker and quicker and quicker until it finds itself inside of the center of it into this charge like you saw earlier at the Mage's Hall. And it starts forming and swirling again. The camera's panning around it in a circle. From the aura pops a hellhound.
Ah. So what? It's like a big ass fiery dog creature.
It's a mean son of a bitch. Here's a picture if you would like.
Ah.
It's a big old dog, and he snarls at you.
And he snarls and says, "Hey, get out of here." I am going to put on my my mask as I'm getting ready to fight this thing.
Baggio and Griffin, as you're watching this, you see Howland put on this mask.
The mask is almost made out of this dark, writhing metal. When I put it on, it forms around my head, like the literal mask with Jim Carrey. It basically forms around my head, and you see that the entire mask is a massive mouth with rows and rows of teeth. No eyes or anything. And then I throw my hood up over the mask.
Whoa.
Roll for initiative.
3.
Is that good, bad, or gross?
You rolled a 3.
So what is this guy getting?
I'm just going to roll in front of you guys. All right, so he's going first.
That's tough.
Yeah. He starts taking his paw into the ground like he's about to charge, and he runs towards you. Let me see what is one of his attacks. He's going to bite. What's your AC?
My armor class? 14.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Okay, thank God. So I'm gonna say what happens is it goes to bite me. I just glide back.
Your turn.
Okay. Yabba-da-ba, bibbidi-boo. I am going to take my bottle of poison that I made, and I am going to take the cap off and just start emptying it all around me.
You take the always smoking bottle that is now poison, and you uncap it, and it starts leaking out and creating a 10-foot wall all around you. Is it just around you right now? I know it's around the Hellhound as well.
Well, it's around me mainly. I'm basically hiding inside my poison right now.
What color's the smoke now? It used to be white. What is it now?
It used to be white. Now it's like this sickly, purple. Blech. It's like poison miasma.
What is your damage on poison spray right now?
For poison spray, it says 2d12 poison, DC 13.
What's your Arcana?
My Arcana...
Well, it's 13, but the wand adds +3 to it.
So 16?
Okay, well, it doesn't, so it's going to take 2d12. Can you roll 2d12 for me?
Yeah. Bop. Bop.
16 points of damage, holy shit. The Hellhound begins to cough. It's running out of the smoke as quickly as possible. That's its turn. It runs out of the smoke to get away from you, and that's basically its turn. It used all of its action to get away from you. It's your turn again.
Now I'm gonna use Mage Hand, and I'm gonna try to drag it back into the poison cloud.
It's going to go against your Arcana again. That is a 16, so it does get away.
Wait, did I even roll?
No, but you don't have to with your Arcana,
Oh.
because that's magic.
So I tried to fucking grab it and drag it in here with Mage Hand, and it got out of the way, right?
It's moving farther than you can actually get to.
Jesus.
This is perfect. Okay, I didn't know he could do this. The Hound turns to the poison spray. Now, I'm going to ask you right now, and I'm going to ask all of you.
Yeah.
Would poison spray be flammable?
Unless it says it's flammable, it's not.
I was gonna say, I don't think...
No, by the rules of the game, because there's spells like Oil Slick and stuff that say they're flammable, so if it doesn't say it's flammable, then it's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that it is.
It looks like it's starting to throw up. Something's coming from deep inside his chest, and then you can actually see in its mouth, there's this ghostly purple light coming from in it, and then it just coughs up this fire that breathes in this radius. It is a 15-foot cone. Creature in the area must make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw. You will take 21 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful save.
Jesus Christ.
You have to make a DC 12, so roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, nice.
19. Okay, so you will take 3d6. So let me roll that for you. Oh! Take 6 damage.
Okay.
That was not bad at all for you. It's your turn now.
I am going to reach out again and try to fucking pull it in here. With Mage Hand. I want Mage Hand to just shoot out of there like a big-ass tendril and just try to grab it.
Your Mage Hand's invisible, right?
No.
Natural 20.
I don't know what you're saying to me.
It rolled a natural 20.
Okay, so it failed again. Ah! Ew!
You might have to try and get away from this, because the only thing that it's going to attempt to do is fire breathe again, because that's all it can do. Make a dexterity saving throw.
That's tough.
That is real tough.
So you got a nat 1.
That's a natural 1. Holy shit.
So I got fucked up hard on that.
Okay, so here's the scene. You reach out for the Mage Hand again, and it just natural 20 out of the way, and then jumps right at you, and in the air, it starts using its fire breath down on you. You have 6 hit points left.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
The episode where Howland fucking dies.
Bago's like crying, and no!
Griffin's, his eyes are just huge.
Little buddy?
It has just caused you 21 points of damage, but it is now in the poison spray again, so it's going to have to take 2d12 damage. Can you roll that again?
Yeah, 1 second.
4 plus 9, that is
13.
13, and then the other one you rolled was
16.
You don't know what it's on, but when it's back in the poison spray, it is coughing immensely. It is hurting really bad. It's like... It's going to take its turn again to run out of the way.
While it's doing that, I am going to have to use my Armor of Malik right now, and that's going to give me 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty good.
So you have 11. That is really good. You guys on the screen see Howland, what does the armor look like?
Basically, this spectral glowing purple armor goes above... Actually, no, it's from Malik, so it's not purple. It's like orange and red fire armor surrounding me. Wispy armor. It's like Mirak in Skyrim. You know when you can do that shout where you get the dragon armor?
Yeah.
It's like that. Jesus, this fucking dog.
It has used its point. It used its turn to get away, so it's outside of the thing again.
Can I try to hurl a ball of acid at it with Acid Splash? I want to use it in my 3rd spell slot.
Okay, take away spell slot.
I want to concentrate the acid into an unstable bomb.
A bomb, you say?
Basically, yeah.
I'm just picturing an acid Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Z.
A little bit. And I want to specifically target the legs. That's where I want it to hit, mainly, is I want to fuck up the legs.
You're trying to do VATS here?
Yes.
This thing has to roll a dexterity saving throw.
My Arcana...
It's 16, technically.
Yeah, I guess.
That hits it.
What did it roll? How hard does it hit it?
Well, since you rolled it in your 3rd spell slot, that's going to be 2d10.
Oof.
2 8s.
16.
That's 16 points of damage.
Well, I'm basically trying to cripple it, so it can't run.
You acid splash the shit out of his legs, and it was running away, and then it just all of a sudden stops and skirts against the wall, turning around, limping heavily as it's rubbing off the acid and like trying to lick it all off, and then his tongue starts boiling and it starts yelping really badly. The tongue's gone, but he's still just growling and hissing at this point, and he turns back towards you.
Can he even get at me at this point? Like, can he even run over here?
You didn't acid splash his legs fucking off, but he's limping.
I would imagine there's at least, like, he can't move like he did.
His speed has greatly been reduced.
How many third level spell slots do I have?
Real quick, check your features and traits. I think you have a new one.
Summon?
The wand turns ghostly purple, and it's shining brighter.
I'm looking at it in front of me, and I'm kind of like, what the fuck? What? But just as I'm starting to, not freak out, but I'm like, oh boy. The magic feels very familiar, and I'm like, hold on 1 second.
Feels very familiar. The magic, something that you haven't felt since you were a kid, before you started becoming trained in the nice congregation. And then the Hellhound starts to run forward. It's limping heavily, but it's still using its back legs. In fact, it pushes itself up and it's running at you on its hind legs, and it looks fucking terrifying.
Oh, jeez.
And it's getting closer to you. And in its mouth, this ghostly purple aura of flames are appearing in it. It's about to attack you. What do you do?
Can I try to summon with my wand? Okay, how do I do this?
You just tell me you want to summon.
I don't have to roll anything for it?
Nope.
Okay, then yeah, I want to try to summon something in front of me.
Right at the moment that it's about to hit you, you summon something from your wand. And in a ghostly purple spectral, a frog appears out of the wand.
Kidding me, dude?
And hits the thing in the face, knocking it to the ground.
He's upset.
The Hellhound is on a heap on the floor, and in that spectral entity is the frog. And you look at it, Howland, and it's familiar. It looks like you do when you turn into a frog.
Yes, I could imagine. And I'm going to say, Frog! Hold him there!
Roll an Arcana check. That's how I'll roll with this one.
12.
The frog lands on top of the Hellhound, holding him down as the Hellhound is trying to get up off of its back. The frog is just sitting there holding it down with his tongue sticking out.
Finish him.
I have to make a really important decision. Do I want to go badass, or do I want to be a meme with this?
I say yes.
No, I can't meme on it. It's not right.
Uh-oh.
In my third level spot, I am going to use poison spray, and I am going to concentrate it in my hands as hard as I possibly fucking can. And I am gonna look at that fucking dog while my frog's holding him down, and I'm gonna say, try and run from this motherfucker, and I'm gonna blast it right at that fucking dog.
Roll 4d12.
Ah, shit.
4d12.
4 d12s?
You used it in your third level spot?
God bless.
9, 18, 27. You start spraying it in poison spray, and it is not moving. It is just coughing up. In fact, its body is starting to burn away in this spectral version.
I want to pounce on it like an animal, and I want to rip its throat out with my mouth mask.
As it's burning away, you jump into the poison spray, and you leap onto its spectral body, and you rip out its throat just as the rest of its spectral entity is burning away. And the only thing left is you and this spectral frog. We cut to Boggy and Griffin. What's your reaction?
Woo! Griffin's mouth drops. Yeah, eyes are like just in shock and awe.
The tint from the glass goes away, and everyone's on their feet.
Also, I just want to add in, while they're looking like that, this is Howland's face under the mask right now.
Truly.
I can't. What is Dragon Ball PP? Whatever.
Dragon Ball P.
Goku.
That's my face under the mask. I'm just like, yes.
Oh, my, what the fuck was that?
Oh my god.
I want to take off my mask, put my hood down. I want to get the bottle in front of me, and I want to channel all of the poison and fog that's still in the arena back into the bottle.
And as that's happening, you turn around and you still see your ghostly purple spectral frog looking at you. It starts burning away too.
I just kind of nod to it. I'm like, that'll do. That'll do, frog boy.
And as it burns away, your chest becomes in pain.
Ah!
You start feeling a pain in your chest. It's really painful. Your body starts to hurt. It doesn't feel right. It just continues hurting. What do you do?
I'm gonna grab my chest, and I'm gonna try to, like, just walk away. Like, walk out of there.
It's too painful. It's so bad, you don't even want to move because of it.
Is it like heart attack level? Like,
I think it's called empathy.
Your bones seem to be, like, moving. You're looking around, and everything's getting bigger around you. Your robes start getting heavier and heavier until there's nothing but darkness around you, which is your robes, but it's rough.
Can we run out there or no?
The door doesn't open.
Bagel's like, somebody's gotta help him. Hello?
What's going on?
Anybody? We need some help out here!
Howland,
Yeah.
you emerge from the robes. You don't necessarily see what you are. Baggio and Griff, you see what you are. And I'm going to message you on Discord, and you just tell me yes or no.
Okay, send me the list.
I'll send you the first one.
I need to see all of them, but that one's...
Nope.
What? What the
You gotta say yes or no.
Fuck.
What is he picking from?
Remember the two animals that we turned into?
This is the hardest decision that I've ever had to make in my life. Because I can't...
I don't know how many there is.
From what I'm seeing right now, it's... You get multiple choices, but you can't, like, have a list. It's like, this one, say yes to this, or you don't get it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boy. This is the hardest thing.
Is this a cliffhanger?
No.
Or no?
No, I have to say yes. There's no way around it.
And what Baggio and Griffin sees is a rat.
Ah! Little rat boy.
A rat. You choose the design. What does he look like, Howland?
Oh, boy.
Is he a rat or mouse?
Rat, boy. Rat.
But when you go inside, you become a mouse.
Yeah.
How do you go to bed dead?
So, I'm going to say that Howland as a rat, he's, like, bigger than, normal rats.
I'm the big rat. I'll make all the rules.
Call him the big cheese.
He's the big cheese.
Hey guys, it's me,
I'm
Biggie
Biggie Cheese.
Biggie cheese.
I'm imagining it's bigger than normal rats, but it is black. It's got black eyes with, like, glowing purple pupils. And then if you look closely under the fur, it's got, little glowing marks. It's just a very faint purple glow under the fur from these, little marks on it. They're like almost little cracks in the skin with energy coming out of it. But typically you don't see that. This is just an intense moment. You're seeing, like, a lot of glowing purple here. But normally, it's basically just gonna be like a big black rat with purple eyes.
And then Magwell Sire floats on down.
He's a rat. Welcome to the army, Howland.
I look at her and I point to her with my little rat hand and I say, shut up. Y'all already know. Y'all sleeping on me. You didn't think I knew I was gonna make it?
And the camera cuts. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
What?
Look at this dude.
Dude's grabbing the cup.
Maybe
right
next time
to
go
him.
before the podcast, sweetheart.
This guy's pissing all over the place, dude.
No, dude, he's got
Honestly?
his cup. He's got his cup right there. It's fine.
Honestly, he's pissed.
Honestly, he's pissing.
I actually took a mean shit during Baggio's part.
I noticed you were gone.
Yeah. I was listening to the whole thing though. I didn't miss anything.
I thought maybe you were having to carry in groceries or something.
No, I've drank. This is my second one of this Starbucks.
Oh. You pissed in the cup, didn't you?
No, I didn't, because I'm on a webcam. At one point, you went to go to the bathroom, Wes?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're taking a shit while this big old, speech about the planet and the Earth?
No,
And Wes is like, huh?
Baggio was trying to get grapes and talk about.
I'm gonna be honest. I left during that one too. I kind of had to peace out for a minute.
Dude, I've drunk 2 of these, dude. You know how my stomach is. It's just these Starbucks, dude. This is my second one, and my stomach is just not having it.
I'm just straight up not having a good time.